Today I'm doing a Scarlet treatment, and Scarlet is microneedling with radio frequency, and what it does is it tightens and it lifts. And the beauty of Scarlet is that because, well, one of the beautiful things about it is because it's not a light or a laser, I can go right up to your lash line, our patient's lash line, with the applicator. So when people have heavy lids, I love to do Scarlet as their treatment for their skin health. And you can see there's 25 tiny baby needles right here. You can see, there we go, watch. That's little 25 baby needles, and they are tapered, so they get inserted into the skin very smoothly. They're not being pushed in. Some other microneedling radio frequency devices are blunt tipped, and they really require quite a push to get in there. This smooth and easy. So as the little needles come down, they are irritating the cells that make collagen. And when they get to the depth that I've programmed, which changes with every area that we're going to do on our skin, as they get to their destination depth, the DD, they release radio frequency. And that also irritates the cells that make collagen. So we're making collagen in two different ways. And then as the needles come up, the radio frequency follows it. So every single layer of your skin is going to get exposure to that radio frequency, and every single layer gets tightening. So that is called the Na effect, and it is unique to Scarlet. Okay, now I'm going to have you look up at me so I can go right under your eyes now, right to that lash line. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to come over here. So you'll notice that our patient already has some bruising under her eyes because we just did Agnes right before this treatment for her eye bags. And I love to do, or always have people do Scarlet after an Agnes, because Agnes will kill fat pads, and then Scarlet comes and tightens and lifts. So we're gonna do this 3 times, okay? You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty numb?
Yeah.
Good. I think the lidocaine from the block before we did your Agnes is probably making this really comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
which is always good. So typically when people do Scarlet, I recommend it once a month for 5 to 6 months. And then I always recommend doing a maintenance treatment 4 times a year, or to do some kind of treatment 4 times a year to keep the skin health improving. And you can use Scarlet everywhere. So you can use it anywhere you have skin to tighten and lift. So we do a lot of arms, you can do inner thighs, you can do above the knees, obviously face, neck, and chests. But eyelids are a great place to do because nobody wants to get surgery done, and it might be that all you have is just a little laxity, and this can really, really help. So we're gonna do a couple more, one more pass. Look up at me again. So I like to do anywhere from 3 to 5 passes on people's faces for Scarlet. And then, so afterwards, there's really no downtime from Scarlet. She'll be red for about an hour, and then that's it. And it's funny because sometimes people want to have downtime because then they feel like they had a really effective treatment. And then some people are really mad about downtime because they don't want to look like they've had anything done. So, I never know if anybody wants their downtime or not. But at least with Scarlet, if you didn't want to have downtime, you don't have to. Any skin type can do Scarlet. So from the very, very light to the very dark skin types, you can do Scarlet. So any skin type, and you can do it in the summer even. So that's nice because it's not a light or laser. We don't need to worry about the sun. So all of that is good news for anybody wanting to do a treatment in the summer. The only caveat with doing a treatment in the summer though is because there's thousands of channels that are now open on your face, I don't want you jumping in a lake. So no lake jumping, or don't dog or cat lick your face, because you have all of these little channels that are open, and we would hate for any infection to get in there. But we typically use exosomes after treatment like this, or calming cream after treatment like this to help it heal faster. But really, you can go out with your girlfriends later tonight and they'll just think that maybe you're a little red, that you sat in the sun or something. You know, so it's a really easy procedure to get away with. And again, microneedling and radio frequency, 2 different ways to make collagen and 2 different ways to tighten. So she tightens, she lifts, she works for everybody. It's a win-win situation with Scarlet. So if you want to find out more about Scarlet or any of the procedures that we do at RejuvenationMD, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on our website at RejuvenationMDmedspa.com.